Look, he wants me to pet him. I have to go out there. Hold on. Oh.
What is going on?
Look,
The vlog starts with horses today, and we are actually here for a reason. There's gonna be a lot of stuff mixed into this episode again, but most of all, we want to tell you about our new business idea that we have finally settled on. So for those of you who have been watching the show for a while, you know that we've been talking about several different ideas, and now we have picked one and we're going with it, and we're 100% decided. And today we're gonna explain to you in more detail where we're going. Bardzo ciekawych ludzi ostatnio spotykamy, jakoś mamy takie szczęście, ale tak sobie myślę, że jak się dobrze rozejrzeć wokół siebie, to wszędzie są ciekawi ludzie, trzeba ich tylko znaleźć i trzeba odkryć ich historię.
this must be the spot. This is the spot.
So yeah, so these are the kids' books. These are for 8 to 13-year-olds. The first book, Lady's Big Surprise, Star of Wonder. This is the second book, and these kind of, the story continues, so you have to kind of read them in order. It's best if you read them in order. This is a
lot of work.
You wrote all of these?
Yes. And that's the fourth book, and this is the fifth book. This was just an e-book for a long time, and then I finally got it made into an actual book, so it looks different than the others. And then what I'm really proud of is this new one. It's Bed, Breakfast, and Beyond. That's the book I just wrote. This came out last year. And it kind of talks about the whole B&B experience and how we got the place, and all the like crazy guests we've had, and like some ghost stories which we've encountered here.
Really?
Yeah.
What ghost stories?
Yeah, you have to read the book.
Oh my gosh.
The ghost stories are kind of sprinkled throughout the book. So I really like this.
Are we coming back here for a special episode about your ghost stories?
Yeah, maybe.
So you're a book author, you're a wedding venue owner, you're a farm owner,
and a B&B. Yeah.
B&B owner.
And we also do, yesterday I was in Baltimore. We do wrangler work for movies and TV, and I was in Baltimore yesterday working on a movie. I didn't take the animals myself. I normally take my own animals, but yesterday they were using like guinea pigs and chinchillas and snakes and hamsters and rats and things. So somebody else brought the animals, and they just called me to help wrangle them. So the producer on this movie, I had worked with her on House of Cards because I was the wrangler on House of Cards.
You were the wrangler on House of Cards?
Wrangler on House of Cards, yeah.
Wow.
You have to wrangle Kevin Spacey?
And Veep also. I did have to wrangle Kevin Spacey one day. I have a really good story about that, which I'm not going to tell. But
You'll tell us off camera,
when
right?
all that stuff came out about him, I was like, yep, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So anyway, I was in Baltimore helping with that yesterday. I have to go back to Baltimore Friday to finish helping with that.
So basically, you need your own vlog.
I mean, I had been saying for years that I want to start a blog. I guess that nowadays it's more like a vlog. But
that's exactly where we come in.
Right, there you go. I mean, I haven't had time, or I just don't know how to do it. I don't know how to get started. I'm not I'm not like, computer versed very well.
So basically, wait, so you're like an animal whisperer?
Yeah.
You have a gift with animals?
Yeah, I think I do. My sons say I do. But I mean, I've been with animals my whole life, so maybe it's not a gift, maybe it's just experience, I don't know.
That's why it's also easy for you to handle all these brides.
Yeah. I've had very few bridezillas, but I've had a couple. Most of the brides have been really nice. And I also do some acting on my own without the animals too. So
acting?
Yeah.
In what?
Well, the one you probably know the best will be The Sixth Sense. I was in the movie The Sixth Sense.
You were in The Sixth Sense?
I was the burnt teacher, and I had a couple lines. I just got a check the other day, still from that movie.
Oh my gosh!
What do you mean?
Have to watch it tonight.
What do you mean, burnt teacher?
Well, about 3/4 of the way through the movie, there is a scene where I look like a regular teacher, and I'm helping the little boy who can see dead people. I'm helping him get ready for a stage play.
Yeah, I think that's enough. That's enough makeup. They're calling for the stable boy.
We have to hurry.
Who were you talking to?
Just practicing my lines.
And when I stand, I'm talking to him, and then when I stand up and turn around, my whole side of my face is burned off, sort of thing.
Wow, I
And-
remember that scene.
Yeah, that's me.
This
The
is
burnt one
crazy.
me. Yeah, yeah.
Is this the story you thought you would hear today?
No, absolutely not. That's how you uncover stories. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. I don't
Okay,
like
let
it either.
me let me just ask you how you got that role in The Sixth Sense.
Oh, I auditioned for it.
You
Yeah.
just respond to a audition
Yeah,
call
well,
and you get picked?
I was already a SAG member. I started out taking acting classes in Philadelphia, and my teacher was Mike Lemmon, who was a big casting director at the time. And so he sent me off, after class, he sent me off to audition for Rocky V. That was the first movie I was in. And I turned out to be a stand-in on that movie. And then I joined the Screen Actors Guild, and I had an agent, so I would just audition for stuff once in a while. So I ended up auditioning for The Sixth Sense, and I got that. And I also auditioned for 12 Monkeys, which was
I
with
love
Terry
that
Gilliam.
movie.
Yeah, I'm in that too. And I actually had 2 lines in that too.
David is so starstruck.
I am. How
Yeah.
many movies have you been in?
Oh, I've been in a lot of movies, but basically just 2 where I had a speaking part. But I've done a lot of extra work, and I've done some what they call featured extra work, where, like, for example, the movie For Richer or Poorer. I don't know if you've seen that.
I've heard of that.
With Tim Allen and Kirstie Alley. I was one of the Amish women. So you saw me a lot, but I didn't really speak, you know. So that's called a featured extra. And then I've done like Veep, TV show Veep, and what other TV? I've done a couple other TV things, but the TV things I mostly have done the Wrangler work for TV, and I've done a couple commercials where I spoke.
This is so crazy.
And, yeah.
We've come here for a totally different purpose. This is not related to our business, and this episode of the vlog was supposed to be about something else, but now I feel like we're shifting focus
Yeah,
because
I
you're
agree.
so interesting. So you're pretty well familiar with all the movie industry, and
I'm pretty familiar. I've been doing it for a long time.
I feel like I want to like get knowledge from you. Can you give us some advice and
You wanna
help?
ask me
And
some well, I'm not sure exactly what you guys do. I mean, I kind of know.
we're
but
filmmakers. I mean, we
I know.
we have this.
Well, what's your goal?
We're
Do you want to make a
filmmakers who-
documentary?
Oh, he has.
Yeah.
Oh my God, not a documentary. I want to have my own show. I mean, I have so many ideas for shows.
Yeah.
We have this one particular idea that I keep calling Assumptions, and it's just a show where you would make episodes about a lot of situations in life where people think they know something about somebody because they
And
have
they make
this
a judgment.
tiny fragment of information about them
Yeah.
without seeing everything else, and they make their judgment based on that. It just pisses me off,
We
you know,
feel that
because it
that's a
happens
big-
in life
yeah.
so often.
Yeah, all
It's
day.
a giant problem with our world. This is still recording.
I know. We're here in Baltimore today on a gorgeous, gorgeous day. The weather is finally turning a corner, so to speak. Is that the right expression, Bonnie? And it's becoming normal for me, which means it's not super humid and hot anymore. And today is just like a really beautiful day. So this is gonna be.
You've still been saying it's hot.
I mean, it's on a hot side. Yesterday was
It
bad.
was like 68 and they
The day before was awesome. Yesterday was humid again. Come on, it was humid. Yesterday was bad. But today, again, it's just the perfect day for an engagement shoot, and we're just I have a good feeling about this. It's gonna be an awesome. And I had the ticket in the morning. Did I show you guys the ticket? Here it is. So this is a sign. This is a sign that we're gonna be lucky with something tonight. I don't know what exactly yet. Where did you go? Why are you going there? She left me. I'll clickbait this episode and I'll name it "She Left Me."
So, what time? Like,
At least 2.5 hours.
but tell me the actual time. Like 7:36, 7:51. That should be good, right?
Yeah. We're always aiming to shoot the engagement sessions a little bit past sunset time because sunset light is the best, and if you go a little bit past it, you can get some night-looking photos, you know, with the city lights around and stuff like that. So that's why the golden hour plus. This place, this location here is called Fells Point in Baltimore, and we're here pretty often because a lot of couples pick it for their engagement sessions because it's very cute. There's a lot of pretty stuff around and a lot of opportunities for really good photos, so we're very familiar with it by now. We've shot weddings here, we've shot many engagement sessions, and today we're gonna do completely new stuff.
Oh, really?
Because we're so creative. Not even kidding. Tak sobie tutaj siedzimy i czekamy na naszych klientów i wydawało nam się, że oni się spóźniają, a tymczasem się okazuje, że to my jesteśmy w złym miejscu. Nie pod tą restauracją, tylko pod jakąś inną mieliśmy czekać, ale już się zdzwoniliśmy i są w drodze, więc zaraz się spotkamy i wszystko będzie dobrze. A my tak sobie myśleliśmy, że o, mamy czas, to sobie żaglowiec pooglądamy. Bloni siedzi, robi zdjęcia. How many pictures did you take of this tall ship and the flying helicopters?
Not that many.
About 55.
No. But now he just took a pano from up there, David. What do you think his view was?
Question for you. Yes. During engagement photos, is there any way that I can get up a woman's ship?
Oh man.
I doubt it, right?
Probably not at the moment because it just pulled in and everyone's kind of cleaning everything.
Yeah, I see that.
You know what? But I can ask. See, but I can't guarantee anything.
Turner, you're going out about first.
We're trying to see if we can get on the ship. A bold attempt. Who knows? You never know if you don't ask, right?
Live. I don't think they can do it for liability purposes.
Oh, okay.
He said they just pulled in.
Would you guys be able to go to the helm? Would that be all right with you guys? It's actually pretty nice. Yeah, it's like this huge wooden.
You allowed to walk up there?
That would be cool. Wow. We're going on. This is cool. So she wants to get a shot from downstairs, so just get close together. And I know it's difficult to look towards the sun, so maybe look that way, towards the domino. Tell me if I need to get out of the way.
You do.
All right. Alright, let's try this. I'm over here, guys. So your face is not in the sun. And you're towards the ship. You know this? Oh god, that's perfect. Perfect. Just look slightly above me. Look at each other now. You want one more, Blondie? Huh? I'm sailing away.
8th of October 2018.
Alright, hold your hands and walk
All
towards
hands
me.
departing on Liberty are reminded to check out with the
Look at each other,
quarterdeck's
smile,
Liberty log.
laugh. Perfect. Well, thanks again. This was really cool. When I woke up today, I would never think I'm gonna end up on a military ship.
I think we got some good ones there.
Yeah.
So are you aware that we also have a channel on YouTube?
Yeah, you have to.
No, I didn't know that. Oh god.
You're gonna be in our video. Is that okay?
That's okay.
All right.
Yay.
So we'll post a little bit of that boat adventure because that was really cool.
That was so cool.
Right?
That was really neat.
Now your story, briefly. You guys met online, right?
We met on Tinder.
But it wasn't the first time in your life that you met,
No,
actually.
we had met at a wedding. We were sitting across the table from each other.
But back then, nothing happened yet, although...
Back then I was just with my girlfriends and he was with his now ex.
How long has this been going on now?
2 years in June. Yeah, and then we got engaged in May.
So we've been dating for, yeah, two and a half.
When in June? Just out of curiosity.
26, yeah.
Because we have a lot
Same
of
day.
dates in June that
26th?
are important to us.
Did you say 26?
June 26, yeah.
October
That's the day
26th
we
is our
got
wedding.
married.
Really?
Yeah.
In 2016.
That's the day we met, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
Oh my
we met.
god.
Yeah, that's so funny.
That is crazy. Really?
That is so weird.
Right
That's
there.
insane.
It wasn't, that was a Sunday
free
though,
promo.
right?
Yeah, it was a
Yes,
weird
our
Sunday.
wedding day has
Okay.
3 sixes in it.
Yeah.
That's
And
also
we
true.
figured that's why people didn't get married that day and we weren't booked. And it just happened to be a day we had free, so we were
That's
like,
so funny.
Yeah, that's weird.
To wszystko się działo w ciągu ostatnich 2-3 dni. Na początku tego odcinka powiedziałem, że opowiemy o naszej nowej decyzji biznesowej, o nowym kierunku naszego biznesu, ale myślę, że odcinek w tej chwili byłby już zbyt długi, więc zostawiamy to na następny raz. Zostańcie z nami, oglądajcie nas dalej. Dzięki za waszą uwagę dzisiaj. Mam nadzieję, że się z nami dobrze bawiliście. Do zobaczenia za 3 dni. Broke her shoe?
so I have to go get some more shoes.
No more shoes, no, there's a whole closet full of
But
them.
they're not going to help me. The
at
flip-flops, it's almost over time for that.
There you go. Time for fall.
Did you break your shoes on purpose just to get new ones?
When you were up there, I was like, now's my chance.